The content that we're going to talk about today is going to pull the heartstrings a little bit. I'm going to be honest with you. What I'm going to show you is something that we typically don't do on this channel. I'm going to show you the eyewitness account from the guy who was raided from the ATF with his family there to accommodate the story as well. This is something that I want you guys to view from the image of imagine if this was you. There has been no charges filed. There have been no guns that were taken. No one was arrested for anything. There was one phone taken and no answers to why this guy's family was flashbanged and the entire family was dragged outside at rifle point from the ATF. We cannot let this die. Just like the Dexter Taylor case, we have to keep going on this. The Mark Manley case is a big one. Everything will be linked in the description box below. Please send this one out because this stuff needs more attention and more information. And make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on if you want to spread that sweet, sweet freedom from to and fro across this nation. All right. Let's get into this, people. We have got some stuff to talk about. Now, this is the video we're going to watch. But before we do, I have to show you the sponsor of this video, Home Title Lock. I'm going to say a quick word from them, and then we're going to come right back to this. The sponsor for this video is Home Title Lock, and what they focus on is home title fraud. Effectively, imagine if you had someone take your name off the deed of your home, put their name on it, and do anything they wanted. Equity steals, loans, all sorts of stuff. Let me show you what one of these guys actually did from an actual home title thief, and Home Title Lock has an answer just for this. Check this out.
Anybody who owns property should worry about home title theft. There's no other crime that is so easy, so quick, and so lucrative.
What people don't realize is the ease in which this crime can happen. I can take the deed to your house and I can transfer that deed into my name. It's a great crime, and it's happening all the time.
And that's the whole point of why I've partnered with Home Title Lock. Guys, it's just good to know what's going on. And if you go to HometitleLock.com/LangleyOutdoors, you get the triple threat or triple lock protection, and you get a free comprehensive title and deed scan. Guys, this is something, at least be aware of your options. There's a link in the description box below, and this is a big one, particularly since it's around your largest investment. All right, so we've got that, but now we are going to talk about this situation right here because this is some really, really crazy stuff. And again, imagine if this was you. That's what I want you guys to look at while we're walking through this clip. I'm going to pause if there's a natural point, but honestly, this is some really powerful stuff. Just watch this. Let me hear you in the comments and send this out. Watch this one.
And then I hear a flashbang, a loud noise. I instantly knew what it was because I heard my wife scream. So once I came and got you guys to come on outside, that's when I had my hands up. I'm in my drawers. And you guys are behind me. And I'm walking out. Make sure the officers see that I am unarmed and not a threat. Once the officers gave me...
Yeah, I'm going to stop it really quickly because, again, this is very powerful stuff. One thing that is really smart that he did was what he just said. He made sure that he was, well, it was very obvious that he was unarmed and he was not a threat. No threatening behavior, no aggression, even though his wife had just been flashbanged by the ATF and they had done a pre-dawn raid with the children you see in the background there as well, also dragged out. Again, I want to highlight something in this comment right here for the Scott Taylor portion. Listen to Mark Manley describe the ATF raid on his home in the DMV. I think that's somewhere in Maryland. Months later, he still doesn't know why the federal agents targeted his home at 5 a.m. and he hasn't been charged with a crime. The I-team is asking federal investigators why his family was targeted. A really good question. Please send this out because we need to get more heat on this. Guys, 570,000 people can absolutely make this a bigger point of attention. Let's do it. We got to figure this out. You can share it. You can post it on X. You can tag me on that if you want to. You can do anything you want. But right here, this is a guy who it represents every single person watching this video. It's not just him. This is every single one of us. He hasn't been charged. There were no guns taken. He have no idea why they did the raid, and he wasn't arrested. There's some answers that need to be developed here. All right, let's keep going, though.
Commands to come down, I'm walking down the steps. They tell me to turn around mid-steps. And that's when they put my hands behind my back. And that's when I was facing you guys. And I see my oldest daughter, Zena, with a dozen rifles pointed at you. I see rifles pointed at my youngest daughter. I then yelled to the officers, "You're pointing guns at my children. Stop pointing guns at my children." They then detained my oldest. They detained my wife. They detained my youngest daughter. And I kept hearing agents say, "Where's your son? Where's your son?" While all this was going on, they busted in my son's room, busted down his door. 10 to 12 officers pointed semi-automatic rifles at my son, demanding him to show his hands while he was in his pajamas in the comfort of his own bed.
All right. Put yourselves in that scenario. I put myself in that scenario. I have children. I have a wife. That the thought of that happening to my family is devastating. I can't imagine going through it. And then, going back to the point I mentioned earlier, months later, he still doesn't know why the federal agents targeted his home at 5 a.m. and hasn't been charged with a crime, and they took nothing. The ATF did this. This is the exact same style of raid that they did on Brian Malinowski, except they killed Brian Malinowski. Now, he fired back because he thought it was something else, which would have been prevented without the pre-dawn raid, in my opinion. But what you're looking at, that description of what just happened on that morning, this is why we need to spread this out and we need to talk about this so fervently, because this could literally be any one of us. He wasn't arrested. He's a social media influencer. He didn't have any crimes. He didn't do it. Why? Mum's the word, because we were just trying to be safe. Again, imagine if you were in that exact same scenario. How would you feel? What would your emotions be? What would you be scarred with if you saw your children having guns pointed at them for something that you were never even accused of? Guys, this is the point where we have the ability to disperse information. Please send this stuff out. We can make a difference. But, whoa, you can tag me on X if you want. It's at BradenLOA. We got to spread this stuff out. This is how we win. Anyway, that's what I've got for you guys. That was extremely messed up, and I hope I see you on the next one. Braden out.